Well, hello everyone, and welcome to today's client catch up. Today I'm being joined by Bianca. Bianca, welcome to the call.
Thank you.
So maybe I'll just hand straight over to you. Maybe just let everyone know a little bit about you and your business.
Yeah, cool. So I'm a building services drafter. So I've been working in building services like MEP, so MEC, elect, fire, drafting for about the last 16 years, mostly in consultancies within like Southeast Queensland. About a year and a half ago, I was a BIM manager at a consultancy and decided to leave that to start my own contract drafting business. So that's what I've been doing for the last year and a half. My clients are mostly like MEP engineers at consultancies and then contractors as well. So plumbers, electricians, HVAC contractors. I work on a lot of multi-res projects at the moment, and then also commercial health projects in both Revit and AutoCAD.
Yeah,
that's pretty much
yeah,
it.
good. Are you enjoying the business journey so far?
Yeah, I am. It's good, like, being able to kind of like make your own path, I guess, versus like working in someone else's business. So,
Yep, totally get it. Yeah, good. Well, I mean, I've just got a few questions that I wouldn't mind sort of diving in and exploring with you.
Yep.
So I guess obviously we're working together in my boardroom program for business owners, but I guess, sort of cast your mind back before we started working together, like kind of what wasn't working in the business, what were your main frustrations?
Yeah, I think like for me, the reason I started looking into your course is because I had like a real lack of focus. I hadn't run a business before, so I knew like how to do the work, but the actual business side of it didn't really have any idea about. So I didn't really have any like clear direction, and doing I think the typical like small business thing where you're just trying to be all things to everyone. So just taking on like any work that I could get really, and then you'd spend a lot of time like trying to win work, and then maybe didn't really work out because it's not like your specialty. And then also anytime that I had downtime, I wasn't really like working on my business. I just kind of, it'd be like, oh, okay, I don't have any work to do today, so I'm just not going to do anything then, I guess. So yeah, just really not having like any focus, I think.
Okay. And I guess like we've come through the journey together so far, like what have been some of the main kind of trainings or the frameworks or topics that we've explored and that you've really enjoyed implementing in your business?
I've liked working on the ideal client training because that was, like I said, I was just trying to be all things to everyone. So really nutting down on like who is like the best client for me has been really good. And then leading on from that, doing the how to get new clients using LinkedIn training. So I felt like when I started doing that training, kind of had immediate results with a lot more interaction on LinkedIn, which is good. Yeah. And then obviously I like the Add 30K training module because I've been able to put my rates up with that. And then I also just in general with the boardroom program, I like being able to bounce ideas off the other people in the program as well, seeing other people that are like maybe at the same stage or different stages to me and seeing what they're dealing with and if it's the same as me or maybe something I might be dealing with in the future. So yeah, kind of like learning off other people is good too.
Yeah, awesome. No, it's been awesome to see you engaging and interacting in the program and
yeah,
asking questions from people. Like it's been so good.
It's cool.
Yeah, awesome. Well, thank you for that feedback. And like in terms of like outcomes and wins, like I know, you're sort of, 3 or so months into the program, but you're what would be some kind of light bulb moments that you've had, some outcomes and some biggest wins that you're kind of excited by?
Yeah, I think like I was saying, just for me, having like the confidence in myself, like that I know where I'm going with my business. And then I guess just then like having like a path to go along and not just working on like a million different things and not really achieving anything, which that's definitely something that I was doing before. Like I'd be just filling in my spare time with just like, oh, maybe I'll try this out and this, and like not really finishing anything. Yeah, also just having the confidence to raise my rate as well, which then has allowed me, rather than like I'm having to work hourly rate constantly and just filling my time with billable work, it's given me that little bit of freedom to have time to actually work on growing my business. So,
yeah, so good. And maybe tell us a little bit more about that. Like I know, that's kind of been quite an exciting phase for you, like particularly that Add 30K training and the raised prices in terms of increasing your hourly rates? Like, what sort of impact has that had for you? Like, I know you sort of done the numbers, but what's that sort of meant to your forecasted revenue for the year?
Yeah, so when I did that training, I had an employee in between us. I predicted that it would lead to about a 70K revenue increase. I guess another part of the program was having the confidence of developing my the path of my business. I've gotten rid of that employee because he didn't really fit in with that plan. So
Yep.
the 70K, I guess that is maybe like not on target now, but I'll build up the business anyway, and then we'll get there. But yeah,
Absolutely.
just like, at least for me, what would it work out to be? Maybe like a 15% increase.
Yep.
Yeah.
That's
So
so good. And I guess that all helps in terms of like you said, you were very much trading time for money and that sort of thing.
yeah.
And like trying to come into the marketplace at quite a low rate too. So there was definitely room to move
Yeah.
anyway, and
Yeah.
still, keep clients and that sort of thing.
Yeah. And it's like, I guess that's like the employee mindset, which like just trading time for money, like you said, and then you got to switch that around to for the business mindset, I guess.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, that's so good. Yeah, I know when you did those calcs, you're like, oh wow, that's awesome in terms
Yeah,
of just
just like
increasing
you
rates.
said, yeah, just for like no change to what you're doing. Just an extra.
Yeah, same amount of work.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's
and there's
crazy.
an instant uplift in revenue, and obviously then that flows onto profit margins as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome. And I guess like onto you more broadly, like what sort of impact has the program had for you?
Yeah, I think like for me, knowing my worth is like the main result that I've had from the program, and like knowing that this is my business and I need to like dictate the path that I go with it, and not letting like clients dictate my path. Yeah, so I think like for me, the main thing that I've had as a result is just an increase in my confidence levels and focus, really.
Yeah. In any sort of certain particular areas, or just sort of more broadly across the business?
Yeah, I'd say in like my technical abilities, and kind of just like my own self-confidence, like, which I guess, I don't know if that's like really like a main goal of
No,
it,
it
but it's
is. Well,
really,
you're the business owner, so
yeah,
yeah,
it's
yeah.
pretty important, I think. And you start doing things where you're like, well, I never thought that I would ever be able to do that. And then, then you're kind of like, well, yeah, like where can I go with this that you didn't really think about before? So yeah, and then you can like aim a lot higher, I guess.
Yeah, so good. I mean, like I said, it's only sort of early days for you in the program, but just
Yeah.
to see the change between when you started and now is just amazing.
Yeah, for sure. I definitely feel like a big change. So yeah, it's
Yeah,
been really
good.
good.
And to sort of other business owners who are thinking about joining the program, like would you recommend it to others?
Yeah, I would definitely recommend it. I think like the one thing, because I'd never done business coaching before, I didn't really know like the format or anything. And you kind of, I mean, it's like going to therapy. Sometimes you kind of think like, oh, just go and everything will just magically get fixed. But it doesn't really work like that. But if you're willing to put in like the time and effort, then it definitely pays off. So I think that's like really important, that you go into it knowing that you need to put in the work.
Yep.
And then you definitely like get good results out of it. Yeah. And like I said, I really like the boardroom program because of the interaction with the other people and everything. So yeah, I definitely recommend it.
Yeah, awesome. Oh, thank you so much. Like I said, it's been awesome working with you so far. Thanks for your engagement. Thanks for asking heaps of questions. And like, yeah, it's amazing to see, the change in the last 3 months. And so, excited to see what the next period brings.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, cool. Thanks, Bianca.
Thank you.